Hi everyone, this is Margaret Manning and welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today is Tuesday, it's July the 12th, and I'm hoping you're off to a good start this morning. Lots have been happening in the world while you've been sleeping, and that's what we do every morning is just present to you what's happening in the world and also give you a few stories that might be of interest to our community. And please give me your feedback on this. Let me know, whether there are topics you'd like me to talk about, and feel free to leave comments on any of the subjects that we talk about today. First of all, I have got a cup of tea today. You know when you buy those little boxes of like assortments of teas and you don't know what you're going to get? Well, I did that in Switzerland, and I got this tea that is, the package is in German, and so it says it's an Augenblick der Freude. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I did and it says Nana Minz mit Apfel und Blitzen. So I did my translation, and what it means is moments of joy. That's what they call this tea, moments of joy, and it's nana mint with apple and elderflower. So that's what it is, and it's really quite a nice smell. It smells like fennel. You can really smell the fennel. But anyway, that's my tea of the day. So my moment of joy. What is yours? So let's see what's going on in the world. A couple of things. In Africa, fighting continues in South Sudan. Now, I hadn't really paid too much attention to Sudan. Apparently, it's a country that was formed about 5 years ago, brand new country, and you're trying to bring together lots of different groups, but they're not doing so well, and there's a lot of fighting going on, and the president has ordered a ceasefire and asked for the UN to get involved, but it's really verging on the edge of a civil war in South Sudan, and we just don't need that anymore in the world. We need places to be unifying, not breaking up. So that's something to watch. It's a very important news story. The UN is getting involved. The other news with regards to the Middle East is that the United States is sending some troops to Iraq to help with the key offensive against IS in Mosul, and there's about 600 troops going there. And I know this is a sensitive point, so I won't make too much of a comment about it. But it is news, and it's news that the IS group is being pushed out in various important cities in Iraq, and the group offensive is actually underway, so that's something to be aware of. Now, big news in Europe, and whether you live in Europe, in the UK or not, it's important news and significant. Today, there were two people that were running for the Conservative leadership, two women. One of them, Andrea Leadsom, withdrew her nomination today. So that left Theresa May, the only other candidate standing. So they were going to have to wait until September to actually appoint her prime minister. But they've decided now, David Cameron has decided to resign on Wednesday, tomorrow, and he is now resigning, so Theresa May can step in right away and become the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And of course, this now frees the road for the dealing with the Brexit referendum. And I think it's a positive thing, because it will mean that Europe and United Kingdom can start having a conversation now, and that's obviously going to be good news for the rest of the world as well. What this really brought to my mind, though, which is a subject I just wanted to raise briefly, is that right now in United Kingdom and in Europe, women are really taking a firm stand in the political arena, and female politicians are really becoming, in a way, the voice of reason after so much chaos. And you've got, Theresa May now is will be Prime Minister of England, of UK. Angela Eagle is challenging the Labour leadership in UK. Nicola Sturgeon, who heads up the Scottish Party, is fighting for a referendum to remove Scotland from the Brexit referendum because they voted against it. So it's Nicola Sturgeon, and she's a really strong woman as well. So these three women, plus Angela Merkel in Germany, it's really beginning to look like women are getting much more involved in politics. And I'd just be curious, just as an aside, like what you think about that. How do you feel about it? Are they kind of sorting out the chaos that's been left to them, or is the glass ceiling really broken? Is it really now time for more women in very key leadership roles? Really interested in your opinion on that. Fascinating. In Asia, just a very quick note here, North Korea has been worrying everybody with their nuclear development, but they tried to launch a missile from a submarine, I think it was yesterday, and it failed. And they announced that it failed, so there's, they're at least telling us what they're doing, but it's worrying news to have that kind of thread going on all the time in that part of the world. So my story for us today, related to our community and our age group, is kind of an interesting one. It's got to do with one of my passions, and that is books. A lot of us in our 60s love to read. I mean, I'm always amazed every time I do a shout out or a question on Facebook about books. I get lots and lots of replies and people telling us what they're reading. It's really something we love to do. So this article, it's in Huffington Post, says 10 oldie but goodie books to read this summer. And I'm going to just read them because I actually have only read about 2 of these books, but maybe you've read them, and these are what they say are oldies but goodies that you should read this summer. Okay, Bonfire of the Vanities, Tom Wolfe. The Red Tent by Anita Diamond, read that one. Seventh Heaven, Alice Hoffman. The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, that's one I'd love to read actually. The Prince of Tides by Pat Conroy. 6 is The Thornbirds by Colleen McCullough. Interpreter of Maladies by Jhumpa Lahiri. I actually started that one and I'm going to pick that one up again. City of the Beast by Isabel Allende, fabulous writer. Self-Help by Laurie Moore. And Heartburn by our friend Nora Ephraim, who I know a lot of us really love. So those are the 10 oldies but goodies they say we should read this summer. Do any of them sound familiar to you? And are you ready to pick them up again and have another go with a new lens, new perspective? So I'd love to know what you're reading. Tell us what you're reading these days. What books are on your bedside table? So in terms of the feel-good stories, okay. I don't know whether this is even funny to you. They're funny to me, so I'll just keep on going until someone tells me that you don't enjoy me sharing them. And that is these crazy funny days that just out of the blue, someone decides it's this day and, chocolate day or, peanut day. But today you've got a choice of 3 holidays to celebrate. So just kind of brace yourselves here and you choose any one you like here. This is, a free choice. So the first day you can celebrate today is Pecan Pie Day. So this is the day when everyone makes their favorite recipe of pecan pie. And I must admit, I haven't had a really good pecan pie since I left the States. So if anyone's got an excellent recipe for pecan pie, put it up there and we can share it. But anyway, celebrate Pecan Pie Day today if you'd like. That's one option. The next one is, and I don't know where this came from, but today is Cow Appreciation Day. And I actually kind of like cows. They're really sweet animals. I used to travel quite a bit in India and got a really different perspective on cows. But it is Cow Appreciation Day. They do a lot for different cultures that value them as a source of milk and food. And they use the dung for burning fires. And so cows are pretty cool, I guess. So that's why it's Cow Appreciation Day. And then the final one, it's kind of an odd one, but it's Different Color Eye Days. So it's a day to celebrate people who have different color eyes. And the only experience I've had of this is we used to have a beautiful little dog. His name was Buddy, and he was a husky. And he was the sweetest dog, and he was so, so beautiful. And he had 2 color eyes. He had a hazel eye and a blue eye. And that was our Buddy. And that's the only person, well, he was a person really to us, that I've ever met who had 2 different colored eyes. But maybe you've got 2 colored eyes, or maybe you know someone that does. So today you can celebrate them. Send them an email and wish them happy Different Color Eye Day. So that's it. Those are the news stories and some fun view stories that might be of interest to you. And I'd like to ask you a question for today. I'll go back to that book article, which is, I'd love you to tell me, what book are you reading this summer? Let us know in the comment section below. We can have a conversation, and I just hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning. Take very good care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.